I have been recording this whole time, this heartfelt thing that I needed to say, and it wasn't even recording. Guys, I had a meltdown for the first time. My daughter left. She was in for a 3-day visit, well, 2.5-day visit from college. And it's the first time I'd seen her in 6 weeks, and it was great. We only had one little spat, and I told her, I said, look, I'm not looking to start an argument. And it was going to be over something really stupid. And I didn't want her to remember that during our time together, because that's not what this is about. So she left Sunday morning. I was okay till about noon Sunday. And I crawled in bed and pretty much stayed in bed until 6 o'clock this evening, except long enough to take the dog out to go to the bathroom, because he can't be neglected. I didn't feel like cleaning up anything. And I got up long enough to do my business in my bathroom, and other than that, I just laid in pain and slept and every hour or two, and I didn't take any of my medications for my pain. I guess I just needed to feel it. And then 6 o'clock today, I went and took a shower and got clean. I've been having hot flashes for the past couple months, and I thought those were gone because it's been 4 years. I think it's because I kind of introduced a little dairy back into my life, and now I'm paying for it, and I'm getting the hot flashes again, because all dairy products are pumped with hormones. They are growth hormones for baby cows, and I know that, and so it doesn't surprise me that this happened. I'm sad that it happened, but at least I know why it happened. But anyway, that wasn't my point. So about 6:30, came into the living room. I thought, well, I'm going to actually eat an actual meal. So I went and ate something and sat down and was watching a little bit of Instagram, and I heard this one song, and it just hit me hard. Do you guys ever get that? Does that ever happen to you? You hear a certain song and it just hits you hard. I know I've talked about this where it takes you down memory lane, or if you hear somebody talking about something and something just triggers you and hits you hard. And then I wasn't even listening to what it was saying anymore. It was just the melody I was hearing. And I lost it. I broke down completely. I put my hands in my head and I said, God, it was not supposed to be like this. I was not supposed to be alone. I live in the country. I am now 58 years old, and I'm on disability, and I can't see at night. I can barely see during the day to do any kind of driving anyway. My old job won't hire me back, even though I could do the job. They gave it to somebody else. I haven't worked in over a year, a little over a year. It's just me. It's just me. The empty nesting just really hit today. And one day she's going to want me. And I want to make as many memories as I possibly can. I want to share as much as I possibly can, because I don't want her to be alone at my age. I don't want her to suffer with the things that I had to suffer with throughout my years. And I got to thinking about some of the foolish things that I did when I was younger, before I met my first husband. I did some really stupid things. And then after my first husband and I split, I did some really stupid things before I met my first husband, my second husband rather. I'm okay now. I can see me working on my YouTube channel and getting my watch hours up and getting things going in my Etsy shop. If I can make ends meet, I can't have a full-time roommate unless it's somebody that's going to be here for the long haul. Those of you who are alone, who are not working, how do you deal? How do you handle it? I mean, I know put your trust in God and faith and believe and keep yourself busy. I'm thinking I might join a class at Cleveland State. I don't know. Something just to keep me occupied and busy. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with this. I just know that I wanted to get on here, and I don't melt. I don't break down. I'm always positive. I always try to see the good in everything that's in my life. I try to think of the positive. I thank God for everything that has happened in my life and all the blessings. And I am where I'm supposed to be. I just never thought I would be here alone. I also wanted to add on here that I always wanted for my daughter to have a place that she could go to. If, say for instance, school didn't work out, or say for instance, she graduated from school and she needed a place to go until she found her forever job, or her next step in life, or her husband, or her wife, or whatever she chooses in life. I always wanted her to have a place to go. And that's another scary thing about if I got a roommate too, because then where would she go? That's her bedroom. This is her home. I don't own my home. I have rented this house. I was supposed to own a home with the first husband. We were married 17 years. But I have been renting this house for 23 years. I've been renting this house almost 23 years. And I never thought that would be the thing. The whole plan was to buy a house and get out from underneath. But I also expected to have a family. When I had my daughter, I was expecting to keep husband number 2, but he was never around anyway. He was in construction. He was gone all the time. And when he wasn't in construction, he joined. She was 2 or 3 when he got his truck driver's license, and he's gone all the time. And that's his life. He's 43 years old, and he's content, and that's good for him, and that's where he needs to be. He does not need to be with me. We'd end up killing each other. But he was never really around anyway to begin with. So it was always me and her. And I knew eventually she'd have to go off to college, and it wasn't going to be me and her anymore, and I was going to be by myself. I just didn't know that it was going to feel so empty. Up until a year and a half ago, I didn't know I was going to be disabled. I mean, you don't know. I didn't know I was going to go blind. I didn't know that this was going to happen. You know, you don't know. I was supposed to work and achieve something and put something back and have a place for her to come home to visit. And that was the plan until a year and a half ago, and everything just started falling apart. Ugh, I'm sorry. I'm done.